We don't take into consideration that the person we are glamorizing or fetishizing isn't who they are. We will see somebody and see, oh, they're so perfect and this, and that, without really knowing how they are in this situation or how they will react to this. We take somebody we like and put them on a pedestal because of the things that we see. And it is shown in this movie when Bear sees Nikki acting really, really crazy after kind of feeding him his cat. Obsession is defined as an involuntary, persistent, and often distressing preoccupation with an idea, feeling, or desire that dominates a person's thoughts. Hi, if you don't know me, I'm Sire Burris, the Southeast Regional Champion, and apparently a jailbird. And today we're going to be discussing the film Obsession. Before we get too deep into the video, our scent of the day will be Shaheen Gold. It's a very nice pineapple and vanilla scent. I love it. I love this movie. If you can't tell, it's the reason why I'm doing a movie review on it. But I think it was shot very beautifully, especially for something that I believe was told took about 3 months and it didn't have the highest budget. But I love how this movie portrays obsession in two different viewpoints. We have our main character, Bear, a man who you would perceive as not very masculine, someone who has just lost everything, lost a very significant figure in their life, and then due to his own negligence, killed his own cat. He lost everything, is pretty much at rock bottom, and is still losing more as his crush, aka Nikki, who we'll get to in a second, has also told him she's quitting the job to do better for herself, which anybody, any reasonable person would be happy for. Yeah, I'm glad you're trying to find yourself this and that. But at this point in time, you can see Bear didn't really like that. But yeah, we go from a weak man who turns into what we would call a predator, a bear. My fault. This movie follows a friend group of 4 people: Bear, Blank, Blank, and Nikki. I don't know why I can't remember their names right now. But pretty much, Blank is fucking Nikki. Bear likes Nikki. But Blank likes Bear. But Bear doesn't care about Blank because he wants to fuck Nikki. And Blank is Bear's best friend, but won't tell Bear that he's fucking Nikki because he's an asshole. And let's talk about him for a second. We're introduced to him as Bear's best friend, who's trying to look out for him, boom, 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 give him advice on how to go about speaking to Nikki. But as we see, especially going on later into the movie, he didn't really have what we call good advice that a friend would give. And that's because he didn't really want Bear to succeed. He has had a thing with Nikki for years now, probably, and he never told Bear because maybe he didn't want to hurt his friend or whatever. But he is abruptly sabotaging Bear's chance at talking to Nikki by giving him bad advice and calling her even freaky Nikki, something he knows she would dislike. Aside from him, if we're going into Bear, Bear is a selfish man, and we had very small glimpse of that in the beginning of the movie, like when Nikki tells Bear, "I feel comfortable only talking to you about yada yada yada." She tells him she just lost a crystal, and doing a nice thing, he went to go get her a new crystal, which obviously ulterior motives because he wants to get some brownie points. But instead of doing what he set out to do, he buys a One Wish Willow to benefit himself still. He takes his One Wish Willow and makes the wish after he fails at telling Nikki how he truly feels. I wish Nikki loved me more than anybody else in this fucking world. And granted, he didn't know the wish would come true. Because, it's just supposed to be a nice little gimmick. Nikki immediately comes back, and you can see she's acting different. You can see moments where she's snapping in and out of it. Which, cool. He still doesn't know the wish is actually taking control of her. But the longer it goes, the less his excuse of saying he thought, oh, she's under that influence of the drugs they might have taken or the alcohol, the longer it goes, the less that really holds weight. And you can see he is okay with her being this obsessed over him. And again, the reason why this movie is so good is because the obsession is told from two different perspectives. Nikki's perspective of being obsessed with this guy, mind you, she can't control it. She's like in the whole Get Out place where you're just a fucking autopilot. But obsessed to the point where she will stand in one place for hours on end, defecating and pissing on herself, waiting for this man to come back, versus his obsession over her. But the thing is, his obsession over her is over a fictitious version that does not exist. And that's the problem with most humans nowadays. That's everybody's had a crush. Everybody's had somebody they've found attractive, admired. And the problem with crushes, which get to a lot of people, we don't take in a fact we don't take into consideration that the person we are glamorizing or fetishizing isn't who they are. We will see somebody and see, oh, they're so perfect and this and that, without really knowing how they are in this situation or how they will react to this. We take somebody we like and put them on a pedestal because of the things that we see. And it is shown in this movie when Bear sees Nikki acting really, really crazy after like kind of feeding him his cat, which is insane. Feeding him his cat, he says, "Please stop. Please just be Nikki." He doesn't want her to be Nikki. If he wanted her to be Nikki, he would have asked to break that wish when he had the chance. Instead, he said, "Can I alter this wish to where she still loves me, but she has more free will?" He still wants this version of her that is devoted to him, a version that did not exist and that would never exist without that wish. We gradually, well, I can't even say gradually, we abruptly see how this wish forms and takes place over everybody's lives around them. This wish was so powerful that Nikki, again, lost all free will, would cry out in her sleep and say, "Please kill me." And this man, so obsessed with this idea of her, says, "Why? Is it that impossible to love me?" That is so wicked. And that's why I love this movie. Because it's not just a regular horror movie that's like, oh, a slash or anything. It's a horror movie because it kept me on the edge of my seat anticipating what's going to happen next. Like when Bear met up with Blank in the car, you know she's going to die. But you're just listening, you're watching, seeing boom, 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 what's going on. Because, like, what's going to happen? And the fact that the character's flushed out a little bit, like in that little scene where it's like, yeah, I have these aspirations, I like you, this and that, and then after she dies, you see she finally got accepted into a college. The last try, the last chance she had, she got accepted into a college just for it to go to nothing. It's nice getting to see a character fleshed out because you can also see, well, while she's just an innocent victim in this, she also had, like everybody, ulterior motives. And let me not say ulterior motives, but everybody looks out for number one, and number one is yourself. And she knows, hey, even without the wish, she knows Bear is with Nikki, and that they shouldn't be alone in a car at like 2 o'clock in the morning. You shouldn't be, um, you shouldn't be telling him your feelings towards him, this, and that. But everybody looks out for number one, so it is what it is. But ultimately, Nikki is the only victim in this movie. In a sense, everybody's a victim, but she is the biggest victim. Let's say that. Nikki is someone who wanted to grow, wanted to find herself. And while trying to find herself, she was just unlucky enough to be caught in a wish where she will never be the same and never be able to find herself. Because now, even though she wasn't consciously doing it, she killed all her friends. Now that she's back in her own body, she's going to jail. Like there is no happy ending to this movie. Homeboy got shot in the face. He was stupid. It's just stupid. Because again, you for sure it's okay to not believe Bear and say, "Oh, this and that." What you're saying is fake. But the moment you break your own will and then you see $1 billion raining from the floor, well, raining from the ceiling, why would you go over to the house that this man just said, "Don't come over, you're gonna die to"? Mm, that's on him. But she, even though she didn't do it, she killed all her friends, and you can't really fight that in court, you know. But truth be told, again, Bear failed everybody. Everybody around Bear died, and then in his last act of cowardice, couldn't even kill himself, and it's horrible. But this is my little short, cute review. I am Sire the Hitman Burris. I hope you guys like this review of Obsession. I want to do more movie reviews, more in depth, actually have a synopsis of things, have things written out for me to talk on, because right now I'm just going off of memory. So there's definitely gonna be things I left out. Um, but I definitely want to do more videos like this. Like there's a movie Eternity I really want to talk about because I fucking hate that movie. So if you guys want to see, make sure you like, subscribe, and let me know. Hope you all have a lovely day. Mwah. Catch you soon.